All right, guys, welcome once again to this very beautiful episode of a very interesting topic. Now, I really love to talk about things like this and topics like this because it just helps you know yourself better. It helps you find yourself. It helps you know the kind of things that you love to do, the kind of things that you wouldn't want to do. Basically, it's just a means of, introducing yourself to yourself. I don't know if that makes sense, but then basically that's what it is. All right, of course, I will be talking about astrology today. It is very beautiful. It is a beautiful topic that I always love to talk about, and I'm super excited that I'm about to go on this beautiful journey with you all, just dissecting a lot of interesting part of astrology. Alright, so astrology is the interpretation of celestial bodies. It's basically the study of planet and of course how it impacts us. I think that's like the basic understanding of astrology. It is a beautiful topic and I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I'm sure you can tell from my voice. Alright, before moving on, and of course, it is really beautiful because it helps you know yourself better. It helps you ask questions that you should have asked yourself for a long time. It just helps to dissect a lot of interesting part of you that you never knew existed. And it's just so beautiful. All right, apart from astrology, we'll be moving down, talking about how we can read our birth chart. I'm sure you're wondering what birth chart means for those that have not really heard about this before, or those that are just looking at this for the first time, or maybe you've heard it for the first time, but you don't just understand what it is. We'll be breaking it down now and explaining in details what you need to know about your birth chart. Alright, so the birth chart is a snapshot of the sky at the time and location you were born. So I'm just going to break it down for you so it will be easy for you to understand. So you know how your mom was pregnant for you and then she gave birth to you. As that was happening, you know how the planet and the earth moves around when, it's moving? So as they're giving birth to you, there's like a snapshot of the sky, and that is your birth charts. I'm sure you understand me, don't you? I hope you understand me. Of course, as we move on, you understand better what I am talking about. Alright, so for your birth chart, for you to be able to determine your birth chart, you need to get the accurate time, location, and birth date. If you are not able to do that, you would not be able to get the right chart for yourself, and that alone is misleading. I mean, I'm wondering why you would want to check your birth chart, to read your birth chart, and only find out that what you wanted to see was wrong. It will be heartbreaking. That is why it is important that you get your birth date, your birth time, and of course the location, so that you'll be able to get the direct and accurate information that you need for yourself. So basically, I use CoStar.com and Astro.com. Those are very good sites. If you want to check your birth chart, I think you should go check them out. This is not a public, this is not a paid advert. It's just beautiful that they know what to give people, and it's just beautiful that they make it easy for you to check your birth chart. All right, so moving on guys, there are a lot of things that we need to dissect now. But we'll be going further to other parts of the chart. Alright, so we have the three primal triad, which is the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, also known as the rising star. Alright, so for the sun sign, it's basically the day you were born. Your personality, everything about you. And of course, the moon sign is your emotional self. It's your emotional feelings. There are feelings that people do not get to see. It is, the feelings within you that you don't get to show people. So it's more like a private thingy. Yeah, that's your moon sign. And of course, the ascendant is how people perceive you, people's perception about you, what you show people, what people see from the outside. On the outside, that is what the ascendant or rising star is. Alright guys, so we'll be moving straight to the birth chart. We have the planets, the 10 planets, we have the signs, and of course we have the houses. Alright, so for the 10 signs, or for our 12 signs, we have Aries, we have Taurus, we have Gemini, we have Cancer, we have Leo, we have Virgo, we have Libra, we have Capricorn. That's not really in order. We have the Scorpio, the Sagittarius before you get the Capricorn, and then the Aquarius, and then the Pisces. Yeah, that's basically the 12 signs that we have. And of course, for the planets, we have the Sun, the Moon, of course, which is part of it, the Sun, the Moon, the Mercury, the Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn, Pluto. Those are the 10 planets. Those are the 10 planets we have, and of course they have their individual meanings. They have the characteristics, they have their individual responsibilities, and it's just so beautiful. But we'll also be dissecting inside, because at the end of the day, you need the planets, the houses, and the sign for you to be able to read your birth chart. And of course, the 12 signs that I read out for you earlier are ruled by 4 major elements, which is the water, air, fire, and earth. Alright guys, so we'll be giving you what the birth chart looks like. Alright, so we have like a circle, and then there's like a vertical and horizontal line. On the left part of the circle is the eastern horizon, which is the ascendant. Now when you are able to get your ascendant, you'd be able to pick out the houses immediately. So we have like the houses, we have 12 houses, right? On the circle, immediately after the ascendant, there's like, you immediately start to count 1. I'm sorry if I'm not breaking it down enough for you. But after the ascendant, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you count the houses all the way from 1 to 12. Right. Alright, so for the 12 houses, they mean there are different areas. There are different areas of our lives that affect us. And of course, it would just be very beautiful that you know what those houses represent, because at the end of the day, you need to understand what all those houses, you need to understand what they represent. You need to understand what the houses represent. You need to understand what the signs represent. And of course, you need to know what the planets represent for you to be able to read your charts. If you do not, it will quite be difficult for you to get that. But I know that it's quite easy. It might look a little bit difficult right now, but it is something that you can definitely do. So the first house, it's one house that defines who you are. It is your personality. It is your physical appearance. It is everything about you. The first house is very important because it is the house that comes after the ascendant, and of course it is a house that talks mainly about you. So yeah, it is one beautiful house. And of course the second house is a money kind of house. It bothers more on value, on finances, how you're able to handle possessions, finances, basically about things relating to money. Alright, at the number 3 house, it is one house that communicates, that talks about communication. Alright, at number 3 house, it is one that talks about communication, how you communicate with people around you, how you communicate with your environment, your immediate environment, your siblings, family, friends. Basically, it is your communication skills at the number 3 house. The number 4 house talks about your inner foundation, how you relate to things personal to you, your spirituality, your tradition, your family, everything. That is the number for your inner foundation. At the number 5, it is quite beautiful. It talks about creativity, happiness, celebration. It's just basically the kind of joy and happiness you exude. This is one house that talks about creativity, happiness, joy, every good thing that you can name it is all in number 5. At the number 6 house, it just talks about your health, your physical appearance, your physical health, how you're able to deal with, your stress, your everything concerning your body. It's just how you take care of yourself, your health, and everything. Basically, it talks about your health. The 7th house talks about partnership, marriages, relationship, your soulmate, everything, business, partnership, how you're able to handle it, what you're able to do with it. That is what the 7th house is all about. The 8th house is just basically about you getting to know yourself on a deeper level. It is more about you trying to find out, a deeper part of you. That's what the number 8 house is about. The number 9 house is one that just encourages you to leave your mind, to have an open mind, to greater things. It's basically about you just opening your mind to creativity and of course other good things. Yeah. And the number 10 house, of course, talks about your career. It talks about how you're able to, attain different parts or different milestones in your career. It talks about the niche that you've carved for yourself in whatever industry that you're in. That is what the number 10 is. It's basically about your career. The number 11 house talks about your personal goals, talks about how you wish to, handle your goals, your achievements, people that you wish to handle it with. It's it's more about your personal goals. That's for number 11. And of course, number 12 just talks about your spirituality. It's basically about your spirituality. And of course, those are the 12 houses that we have on the birth chart. Now that we know our 12 houses, we know our 12 signs, and of course we know the 10 planets, it would be quite easy for you to understand what we're about to do here. Are you feeling me? Alright guys, so without wasting much time, I'll be showing you, I'll be explaining in details, I'll be explaining better how you would be able to read your birth chart. Alright guys, so we have this very beautiful chart over here, and in this particular chart, this is a chart which has, let's say on the chart you have maybe planets, maybe we have the moon and the sun. Alright, okay, I'm just going to give so I'm just going to give an example of what a chart should look like and how you're able to read the chart. Alright, it's like a chart, and of course we have, for the houses, we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, up onto 12, and then we have the planets, and then we have the signs. So automatically the Taurus falls under number 2 right here, which is the second house on the chart. And in the chart we have the Sun and Mercury. Now if you are to read this birth chart, it's quite easy, because you need to understand what each of them means for you to be able to place them together and quite read it. It is as simple as that. So you have the Mercury, which automatically means, which automatically talks about communication, and then we have the Sun, which automatically is power, right? And we have Taurus, which talks about how and of course we have Taurus, which of course talks about how stubborn someone can be, and how how strong your voice, and how powerful and strong, and how powerful, outspoken a person can be. So if I'm to read this particular chart, of course I would say this person has a very good communication skills. This person understands how to. This person understands how communication skills. Understand communication skills. This person is a good communicator. This person would be a good leader and would obviously have a strong voice. He may be a little bit stubborn, here and there, but then he's someone that would know how to handle certain situations in his life because of, just reading from this, you're able to figure it out. Of course, let's just say for the number 1 house, we have the moon, and of course we have Venus, right? So we also know that Venus is it's about love. It's the goddess of love, love. She's the goddess of love. Venus is the goddess of love. And of course we have the moon, which is like an emotional side, right? So if you put this together, and of course the number 1 house talks about you as a person, your personal life. You have to put this together. This is basically someone that is loving. This is basically someone that knows how to express his or herself. It's someone that is not afraid to give out love. Someone that is not, she may be a little not afraid to express herself. So basically that is what the chart looks like. It's for you to understand the planet, the signs, and of course the planet, the signs, and the houses for you to be able to place them. And don't forget that you need to be sure of the accuracy of the time, the dates, and of course the location of your birth before you are able to get the exact information that you need for your birth chart. Alright guys, I hope you were able to learn 1 or 2 things from this particular chart. There are a lot of things that were not mentioned in this particular video, and of course we'll be releasing more songs, and of course we'll be releasing more information about the birth chart and how you can read your birth chart. But for now, I hope you understand the basic of how for now, I hope you understand the basics of astrology and how to read your birth chart. It was super beautiful sharing this beautiful information with you all. I hope you were able to grab one or two things from this particular message, particular video that you listen to. Do have a wonderful, wonderful day. But for now, I hope you understand the basics of astrology and how to read your birth chart. It was super beautiful sharing this beautiful information with you all. I hope you were able to grab one or two things from this particular message, particular video that you listen to. Do have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you next time. See you soon with more education. I'll see you soon with more education on beautiful topics that you want to listen to. Bye. Bye for now.